Hello students, today I will start with part 4 of the story. I think you people have watched part 1, 2 and 3 of the rat trap. If you have not watched, please go through those videos or else you won't be able to understand anything. The story is quite long, so it cannot be completed in one video, otherwise it will be too lengthy. So please watch the previous videos as well. Okay, now in part 3 I told you that the rat trap peddler came out of the forest and saw this Ramsjo iron mill over there and decided to enter it. The writer has given a description of how Ramsjo iron mill once used to be. And now he decided to get inside. So that day, when he got inside, that day, inside the iron mill, the master's blacksmith, the main blacksmith and his apprentice, they were there, present there inside the iron mill, and they were working there at the furnace. Okay, they were working there at the furnace. What they were doing, they had put the crude iron in the fire and they were waiting for the iron to get very hot. Once it would get very hot, they were going to give it a particular shape. The rat trap peddler, now when the rat trap peddler was waiting outside and thinking what to do, it started drizzling. Okay, it started drizzling. Now he was forced to go inside the iron mill because it was winter time. It was the month of December. He was not having proper warm clothes. His clothes were very in battered condition. So he was forced to run inside the mill. And the writer here has given a description of what the blacksmith and his apprentice they were wearing. They were wearing very long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. Why wooden shoes? Because sometimes when coal is put in the furnace, it bursts and their foot might get burned. That's why it was a custom to wear these wooden shoes. So they were wearing that and waiting for the iron to get hot so that it gets ready to be put on the anvil. Now the iron mill is such a place where one gets, because the blacksmith and his apprentice they were working over there, so there were several sounds could be heard inside that iron mill. The sound of burning coal cracking, the sound of the big bellows means an air bag that emits a stream of air. Okay, and there were the clattering sound also could be heard. Outside another sound could be heard, that was the sound of the rainfall. It had started drizzling, and along with the drizzle the wind was also blowing, so the weather was very worst, and the rat trap peddler could not do anything but entered the iron mill. Okay, the rat trap peddler could not think what to do, so he entered the iron mill to escape that chilly, biting cold. Now, because so many sounds were already present inside the mill, the blacksmith hadn't heard his footsteps when he entered there. He only noticed him when he went very close to the furnace and was standing there as if trying to take permission from the blacksmith whether he could spend the night over there or not. Now the blacksmith did not get surprised to see the peddler over there. That was a very common sight for him. He was accustomed to see this type of wanderers, vagabonds, coming to the furnace, to the iron mill at night and taking permission for him to spend the night over there because of the warmth. The furnace, you can easily understand. Furnace means a place which is excessively warm. One cannot, it is not easy to tolerate that heat, that warmth of the furnace. So in order to get the warmth, many wanderers or vagabonds, they used to come to the iron mill. So the ironmaster, the blacksmith, thought that he was another such vagabond, and he was standing very close to the furnace. The blacksmith just cast a casual glance at him, and when this rat trap peddler asked for permission, he simply nodded his head. He did not say anything. He did not speak. He thought there is no need to talk with him. He wanted permission to stay over there, and that was enough. So he simply gave him permission, nodded his head, and that was a gesture that for the rat trap peddler, that he permitted him to spend the night there. So he was quite happy, the rat trap peddler. He was feeling very cold because he had got wet, his clothes were torn. So he went very close to the furnace to get the warmth, the heat of the furnace. Okay? And his rat traps were there on his chest. Now, the time when he entered this iron mill, the owner of the iron mill, the writer here calls him as the iron master, the owner of this iron mill. The writer is calling him as the iron master. So the owner, the iron master, he had also come to his mill. What for? To have a round at night. This iron master wanted his iron mill to produce the best quality iron. So in order to see whether the blacksmith was doing his work properly or not, he had come there for a visit, for a round. And the first thing that caught his eyes was the rat trap peddler, who was sleeping very close to the furnace. Now here I want to tell you one thing, that inside that iron mill, the light was very dim. In the furnace, the coal was burning, so that was emitting light, the burning red coal, that was emitting sufficient light. The rat trap peddler was sleeping very close to the furnace. So you can say it was a place which was in half darkness and half lighted place. Not very clear, not very bright it was. Okay. And the iron master, he noticed this person, one person lying near the furnace. And the man had covered his face with a hat. Understood? The man had covered his face with a hat. He was wearing a slouch hat. Slouch hat means a hat which is bent on one side of the head. The ironmaster noticed him, went to him, and then moved his hat a bit, to see who this man was. And in that half lighted and half darkness, he could not see the man's face very clearly, and he mistook him as one of his old acquaintance. Alright children, this much today. In part 5, we will continue with the rest of the